to Ukulele Kids Play Along. I'm Holly from BB Library, and my theme today is World of Songs. And I got the idea because I was looking at just some pictures of the Earth from some of the spacecraft that have gone around, and it is so pretty. And just the idea that when I'm looking at that, we're not a citizen of Wakefield. We're not a citizen of Massachusetts or the United States or even North America, but we are kind of a citizen of the world. And so I wanted to find 3 songs that kind of represented that idea that we are not just from where we are standing right now, but we are a member of the whole earth. So let's start off. Let's tune up our ukuleles, and here is G string. C string, E string, and A. I'm just gonna do one little listen, okay. Sounds pretty good. All right, so just I've been trying to do like a little warm up each week, and this is one that is really great for if you're starting off and having trouble kind of going between chords. Something you can do when you don't even need your ukulele. You can do it while you're sitting in the car, or you're watching TV or anything. And the hardest part about doing a lot of this is that sometimes you're moving things, but you're not moving all your fingers. And so there really is a muscle memory coordination sort of thing to take control of your fingers. And as somebody who studied piano, this was something we did all the time in one way or another. So let me just pull up my sleeve a little bit. So you're just going to take your hand. You don't even need your uke. And the first thing, you're just going to touch all of your fingers to your thumb. Try it in different orders, but don't just do it randomly. Say, I'm going to put my ring finger. You don't have to say it out loud. You can say it to yourself. I'm going to put my middle finger. I'm going to put this. So if you can just do those in any order at all that you'd like, which probably this one will be easy, then we're going to go to using 2 fingers. So try using your pointer and your middle, and then your ring and your pinky. Try doing that back and forth like that a bit. And unlike the ukulele, you do want to try to get these not one by one, but together. And then try doing different combinations. Skipping fingers. This is a really good one. Going with, then going with those 2, and then going 3 fingers at a time. That's harder. Getting 3 and thinking about which ones they're going to be. And then, how about doing like those 3? Now that was hard even for me to get those 3 to go down, and those 3. And I'm going to try. So just practicing like that. And in fact, that's something it looks like I need to do more practice on to be able to do the ukulele, because sometimes you do have kind of an odd. You're going from one to another, and you want to hold one finger down. So you want to hold that one down, but you want to move everything else. So that's a really good way to do that. And once you get that, you can do that, and with pretty much great fluency, then I have another one for you that you do on the ukulele. But we'll do that for the time being. So that's that. So first song today is a song that I remember from when I was really young. It's a song that's called "I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing," and it's by a British pop band called the New Seekers. And I never knew it as this song. It was used in a Coca-Cola commercial. And it was, I want to teach the world to sing, but also another was, I want to buy the world a Coke and keep it company, and so I knew it more as the Coke song than this, but it's a great song. It doesn't have a lot of really strange chords. It's a C, and then here's something too. Quite often I'm sitting here, I'm showing this, and then I'm showing you the next one. In the case of this, our next chord is a D7, which is just pretty easy. It's just the 2 fingers. But if you're down here like this, you can't get that one this way. You have to go from above. So I always start off, if I'm going to be, I take a look at the chords in the song and figure out how does my hand need to be. And to get from that one easily, you know, let me see, I've got it. I've got 8 beats to get to the next one, but and you're up here to the top, you have to kind of move it around. But so think ahead. So start this one off. When you start it off, rather than like this, you're going to start with your fingers already all poised to go. So practice going between the C, the C and the D7. And then we have a G7, which is also, we can keep our hand right up for that. Oops, what am I doing here? There we go. F and C. So that's basically the chords, is right there. And the last thing is that the style of this was, it was kind of pop music at the time when pop was kind of there with, it was kind of folk and pop and everything all together. So what I'm suggesting for strum for this one is, even though this is one we do all the time, I'm going to start teaching some more various strums to get me out of my comfort zone too. And so we're just going to do the simple, it's kind of the folk strum, which is down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And that's one that we've done and it's good when you're practicing doing these, just going nice and slow in the beginning, you know, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So it's a good practice to work your way up. And that one is an easy one, but it is a very classic 1960s is when this came out of, a 1960s you know, kind of strum. So it goes like this, and it's kind of a little bit strange format. It's got a verse, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse. And I've seen this in two different ways, a little bit. But this is the way that I remember the song going without the Coke. So it goes like this: I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love, grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. Those are the verses, and then the chorus is, that's the song I hear, let the world sing today, a song of peace and happiness and never go away. And so it's a pretty simple song. It's kind of catchy and fun. So that really is all with that one. But do practice, you know, getting ready. Stay up, and you can even keep your hand up for the F. So for most of this, you can keep your hand, rather than like the down position like you look at, just keep it in the high position for playing it. And that's it. So let me do the couple verses and a chorus, just so you get the tune to be ready for the play along. Here we go. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love, grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. Chorus, song I hear, let the world sing today, a song of peace and happiness and never go away. And then there's another verse and another chorus. So I think it's a fun one. The new seekers, I'd like to teach the world to sing. All right, our next one is a classic song by Bob Marley, who was, he's a Jamaican. He's known for doing reggae, which we'll talk about in a minute, how that's going to help our strumming. But, I don't know how many years it's been, like within the last 5 years, his daughter, Cedella, she added some new words to it, or changed the words. And even though the one love is very universal, like for the whole world, she made it so that it was for families and families around the world. And I really like the new words to it better than the original. The chorus is the same, but the verses, there's 2 verses and 3 choruses. And the verses are a little bit different and make a whole lot more sense, you know, in some ways to me than the original. So it's the music is Bob Marley and the words are Bob Marley and his daughter Cedella. So, and okay, so I said he's known for reggae music. And reggae is music that originally did come from Jamaica, the islands. It's a great beat. Whereas normally when we play, whether you know it or not, we actually are putting, when we're playing, just a little bit of more emphasis on different beats. So we don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you just kind of automatically do that. It's something that just is, in kind of how we are listening to music. Most music, you've got, the emphasis is on the first beat 1, 1, 2, and a little bit less on 3, 1 and 3. And if you've got a song that is in like 1, 2, 3, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's even more in that one. Well, in reggae, the emphasis is not on 1 and 3, but on 2 and 4. And so it sounds like 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the sound of reggae. And to help us do it, you can just make it, you can just play louder on 2 and 4, but it's hard when you've got all these strings. Something you can do is on the first beat, don't play everything, just play maybe the first string or 2, and then the truth is it's something that most do is there is a there's a mute on 1, but that's really hard. It's even hard if you just. So I think the idea of just playing, you don't have to play all the strings, a couple of them. So you get that feeling of 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. If you can do it without playing the first chord, try it, but play a little bit of it. And so our chords in this are very easy. It's C, G, and F. So it's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And also do play a little bit, to play louder on a ukulele, you're going to want to push just a little bit harder. And this is one too that you can even go a little bit lower on the instrument rather than our normal staying right up here in where the neck and the body come together. Let me play this for you. It's a great song. So the chorus is here we go. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. So one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. So I did 2 times through. It's pretty easy. Just one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. And here's what the verses sound like. One love, what my family gives to me. One heart, what the flowers give the bee. One heart, what Mother Earth gives the tree. Let's get together and feel all right. Did you recognize that last line, that let's get together and feel all right? It's the last line of the chorus. So each of the verses ends with that last line of the chorus. This next verse, the second verse, and hear how that sounds. This one, I get twisted with the words, but that's because there are more words than there really are beats. So, one heart, like the birds I long to be free. One love, like the river runs to the sea. One heart, like music reaches out to me. Let's get together and feel all right. That one heart, like music reaches out to me. One heart, like music reaches out to me. So if you just look at where the, I'm just going to, you look at where the G chord is in that line, and that's where the emphasis is going to be. One heart, like music, reaches out to me. So it's that to me is the hardest of the words, and then it goes back to let's get together and feel all right. And then one love, one heart, let's get together and feel all right. I think it's a really fun song. I like the rego. I like that feeling that speaks to me for some reason. I really like it. And the last one is a round. I bet you've sang some rounds in school, you know, like row, row, row your boat, or the Frere Jacques and stuff. This is a really pretty one. It's called This Pretty Planet. It's by Tom Chapin, who is a folk, but really more a children's singer. He's definitely known. He started out as like a host of a children's program, and most of his concerts were all children's concerts, and he is actually one who's been in this area quite a bit doing concerts. He's very good. And this song, he made it around on purpose because he wanted it to go around the earth. And in fact, it actually got to do that because for the Discovery 7 rocket, that was one of the first that circled the earth, they used this song as the wake-up music for the astronauts. And I know John Glenn, a long time ago, John Glenn was one of the astronauts on that trip. So he was inspired to do this, much like me, but by looking at the pictures that some of the first astronauts sent of the Earth and just how beautiful it was. It's called This Pretty Planet because he thought it was so beautiful. And it was more, not just from the pictures, but it was like what the astronauts said when they said they looked down on the Earth, how amazed they were. So This Pretty Planet has got our old friend, the three. In fact, can you tell by my fingers what chord that is? Can you tell by looking? That's a C. What about this one? F and this one I think is really hard to see what it is. If I do this, I bet you can. And there, G. And there's one other chord in there, and it's one we've done before, but you probably haven't seen it for a while. It is a D7. And it's another one that you got to have that hand not down like this. It's really hard to get, although I think you kind of have to in this. No, this one, yeah, this one you have to go down. It's hard. So I put the D minor up. It's a D minor, pretty chord. And because it's a round, the chords are the same. It's just a pattern. It's C and D minor, G, and F and C kind of fast. And so it goes like this. This pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around, all through the night, safe till the morning light. So it's a pretty tune. You wouldn't know by just hearing it that is a round, but it is. And I didn't write where the round starts in the music. I'm going to make sure I do that. I'll put 1, 2, and 3 so that you know if you want to sing it with somebody. But it's very pretty together. I can't do all 3, but I did make something you can do if you don't have anyone to sing with. You can go into a phone or a computer and use the recorder in there. And I recorded myself doing it, so I'm going to put it here. May not be loud enough for us to hear. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to sing along with it. Okay, here we go. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy space. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around, all through the night, safe till the morning light. So I think it sounded okay. I hope you could hear the other part doing it. So, but that's something you can do if you don't have a person to sing with. You can do that. You can also record yourself playing with along with the other recording, and then sing the third part. I used to do that a lot. I used to love to try to play, trios and quartets and stuff with myself. So that's something that I do. And on this one for a strum, just keep the beat. Just this pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night, safe till the morning light. So those are our 3 songs. So, have fun with it. Teach this to somebody and teach your family and do it as a round. I think it is just such a very, very pretty song. All right, ready for a play along? Oops, probably hearing me scooting around on my stand. I've got my stand is hidden right there. All right, so let's do I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing by the New Seekers. Ready, here we go. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today. A song of peace and happiness that never goes away. I'd like to see the world for once standing hand in hand and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today. A song of peace and happiness and never goes away. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. A song of peace that echoes on and never goes away. All right. I forgot to remind you to start with your hand up, but start with your hand up. All right. So, here we go. One Love of Bob Marley with new words by Cedella Marley. And this one we're gonna reggae it up a little bit. Here we go. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. One love, what my family gives to me. One heart, what the flowers give the bee. One love, what Mother Earth gives the tree. Let's get together and feel all right. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. One heart, like the birds I long to be free. One love, what the river runs like the sea. One heart, like music reaches out to me. Let's get together and feel all right. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. All right, that's fun. That's a good one. And the last one, This Pretty Planet. This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around all through the night. hard time. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around, all through the night, safe till the morning light. The reason why I did that was 3 times. Then you can sing around with me, and you can be the second one to start or the third one to start. If you can't find someone else, at least you've got me to do it with you. All right, so that is it for our play along today. And next week I'm pretty excited because I want to introduce you to something really cool in music, and that is called the 12-bar blues. It's something that's used in blues music and jazz music and all sorts of things. But the thing about it is predictable. It's the same pattern over and over and over. It's 3 chords, and there are 3 chords we know, over and over, but they're all 7th chords. And it's something that people use to improvise or to make up words and songs over the top of. So I think that we can have a really good time doing that, coming up with, showing you how you can make yourself a blues song of your very, very own. And with the chords that are predictable and simple. So, all right, so I hope you have a great week. Try to spend 5 minutes a day with your ukulele. If you can practice your reggae strumming, or you can practice just doing some chord changes. Practice going to that D minor, and you see that a lot if you're in the key of G. Sometimes, and you also see it in the key of F quite a bit. They sound, in fact, F to D minor is just adding a finger. That's it. Have a great week. Bye-bye.